Thank you for joining me today. We're going to start this podcast with discussing the real estate trends for 2025, or probably better said, what I think the real estate trends are going to be in 2025. So to back up a little bit to figure out how did we get into this area of very, very competitive housing. It all started, as you probably know, with COVID and historically low interest rates. Even though the interest rates started to come back in 2022, and since then we've seen them bouncing between 6 and 7%, we still have very low inventory. So a lot of this is just the basics of supply and demand. We have more buyers than we have homes to sell them. I think that that is going to remain true for much of this coming year. Many buyers have written in questions asking, when should I start looking for a home? Do I need a real estate agent? Should I wait for rates to come down? We're going to get into all of that in this first episode. My name is MarshallOstop. I'm a real estate agent with WilliamRaveis Real Estate in West Hartford, Connecticut, and this is my podcast. So when we look at the housing market in 25, real estate is hyper-local. So when I'm discussing things, I'm looking at data sets from Hartford County in Connecticut. Your area may be slightly different. For example, in Florida, we're starting to see some markets where inventory is increasing significantly and home prices are starting to decrease. We're not seeing that yet in our market. So when we look at where pricing will go in 2025, I think that we're still going to see a lot of price increases. What's happening is with such little inventory on the market, every home that comes on that's in a desirable area, priced well and updated, receives multiple offers. Only one person's getting that home. So those buyers then are following each other to the next similar type of home, and knowing what they did for home A and ended up in second, third, or fourth place, they're going to increase what they offer on home B to try to get into first place. That's why I think our pricing is going to continue to grow. I don't think we're going to see massive, drastic changes, but I certainly don't think that we're going to see prices drop. So John in Newington had sent in a question and asked, should I wait to start looking for a home? Will prices and rates come down as we get further into 2025? Well, first of all, if I knew that, I would be retired and on some sunny, beautiful beach right now. But based on all of the data I have in the market, I don't see that happening just yet. So if you need a home and you're ready to get in the market, I would start looking now. The same goes for if you're thinking of selling your home. Ian from Avon had asked, should I wait until the spring when everything is in bloom? Right now, we have such historically low inventory. If you're looking to sell your home and you have a place to go, that's very key. You know that if somebody wants to buy your home and close in 30 days, you're going to have a roof over your head somewhere. I would not wait, because the less inventory, the better you're going to do as a home seller. There are so many buyers that are active in this market 365 days a year. The only thing you risk with waiting is more competition or a similar type of home coming on right in your neighborhood that may put negative pressure on the price that you wanted to ask. Some of the other questions that came in, someone had asked, do I need a real estate agent if I want to buy a home in this market? Well, it's funny because you're asking a real estate agent. So my answer is obviously going to be yes, but I'll try to be a little more critical and take a step back for you. And I'll tell you, when I represent sellers, what I see. Buyers who are coming into homes and presenting offers, who have been working with full-time real estate agents, they already know the competition that they should expect. They know what type of contingencies should be put into an offer and how those protect them or put them at unnecessary risk. And they also know what the market will bear in price. When offers come in from unrepresented buyers, oftentimes they're late to the game. They end up being the lowest offer because they don't understand the market, or they just send in an offer that's not even written correctly. Do you need an agent? No, of course you don't need an agent, but you also don't need a dentist to pull out your tooth. So I would say if you're hesitant or you had a negative experience in the past, then take this time to interview multiple people. Find the person that's the right fit for you to help guide you through this process. There's a reason that the agents who take this seriously, have it as a profession, are full-time, are ethical, do very well and get repeat business because they're looking out for their client's best interest. I promise if you call around and interview a few people, you're going to find the person that's right for you. Someone else had asked, I know my glasses on, so I can't see who this was, about price per square foot. How does that factor into buying a home in this market? And the answer to that is it depends on which real estate agent you ask. When I price a home, I am not looking at price per square foot. I'm looking at the demand for that neighborhood, the condition of the home, and what do I think the market will bear based on its location and the bedrooms and bathrooms. There are other agents who look specifically at price per square foot. For me personally, I think price per square foot is a great way to compare market to market. So for example, you're coming from Fairfield County. What does price per square foot look like in West Hartford compared to Fairfield County? That's very important. You're coming from one of the suburbs in Boston or New York City. What does that price per square foot look like compared to something in Farmington or Avon? It helps you understand where you need to be and where your pricing could be. Oftentimes when people come in from out of market, they get very excited in Hartford County because our price per square foot is much lower than other areas of the country. So it's important to understand that real local market. Now, the price per square foot in Hartford County has increased steadily since 2019. It even increased in 2024 year over year, which I was not expecting originally. I thought that was going to stay stable. So far, granted, we're only 6 weeks into the new year as I sit in Massive Production Studios in Rocky Hill recording this, but they're already starting to increase. So it's going to be very interesting. What does it look like? Worst case, they're going to stabilize. So what can we expect as we go through this year? I think, and let's talk in December and see if this holds true, that we're going to start to see the Hartford County real estate market split a little bit. I think we're going to continue to see growth in areas that are well connected to the amenities that home buyers want and are in desirable locations. I think we're going to continue to see demand for homes that have updated kitchens and baths, new roofs, and are priced appropriately. I think we're going to start to see days on market increase for homes that may be in busier locations, that may have more deferred maintenance, or may not be priced appropriately for their condition. So it'll be interesting to see what does it look like overall and when we average it out at the end of the year. If you are a buyer and you are not ready to put forward offers where you have to waive all of your contingencies to be successful based on what the competition is doing, look for those homes that might need a little bit of extra work. Look for the one that maybe the roof has to be replaced. You may save money over the course of time if you put in just a little more elbow grease than you're planning to. Let's recap in December. We'll see if any of these predictions are right, and I hope that you're going to join me for my next episode. In the meantime, happy house hunting.